Hey guys, give me a dance. How y'all doing tonight? I'm not a good dancer. I'm a good country dancer, but not like one of these dancers. I don't do that. I'm just an old country boy. But how y'all doing tonight? Hope y'all are good. I wanted to come on because I want to talk a little bit about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and what's going on in this case and what we think could possibly have happened. And remember, allegedly, I'm in my alleged bubble. So, just my free speech, my theories, my opinions, my speculation. Don't take all my stuff as facts. Some of it's facts, some of it's not. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it however you want to take it. Y'all's comments, y'all's and y'all's alone, not to reflect the channel. We do our research together because we are a little big-hearted family. And I love our little family. It's so fun. And I try to get to every one of y'all every day. And if I miss some, I'm so sorry. And our trigger warnings are times 100 million plus 2 tonight. So, or times 2, sorry. And I want to go over a few things because how are we doing on the fire, guys? Are we doing good on the fire? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to burn good. I'm going to drop another one on there in a second, and we'll see if we can't get like a big old fire going. Oh, yeah, it's going to go. Hope y'all don't mind that I blow on that fire like that. If it bugs y'all, let me know and I'll stop. But it's going under there. It just needs to get a little shaky, wakey, right? Anyway, after all that's said and done, we know there's some facts out there. We know there's some hoopla out there. We know there's a lot of BS, right? But we cannot lose sight of Sebastian Rogers. He needs us. Just like someone else, just like Harley, just like all of them. Sebastian needs us. This special kid, I think he's special. I'm sorry, I feel that he's special. Yes, he has special needs, but I feel that he's special. Because every photo of him, he is so happy-go-lucky, right? And so, like with what he's going through in his life, with the belt action and all that by the stepfather, which to me, I'm so sorry, that's heartbreaking, trigger warning again. He should never have to experience that. No child should experience that, right? So, to know now that there's possibly like 5 CPS cases in Texas, I'm trying so hard to dig to make sure, but it's so hard to get. See, you can't really get anything out of CPS, but it's very tough. And then New Mexico, and then Hendersonville with Nina and Sebastian. There's a lot of them. I mean, this guy, I don't know how he got away with it so long. He should have been locked up a long ass time ago. And maybe he wouldn't be a buck 350 by now. What is Mullet? Mullet Man. We're gonna call him the Michelin Man. Nah, I'm playing. Anyway, and remember, allegedly, these are just my free speech, my opinions. But we have to, there's so many things starting to confuse me. I'm waiting for this update from the Popo, and they still ain't put it out. They put this out like a month ago. They're going to give an update, and they still ain't done it. They got to release something. They released the green hoodie. They doing these things, and what's good about that is they vetted. Look how quick they vetted the green hoodie. They ain't vetted no Chris Proudfoot. They ain't vetted no Katie Proudfoot. They ain't vetted no Seth Rogers. They ain't vetted no... cleared no Kathy Bada Socks and Teddy Bada Socks. They ain't cleared none of them people. And Chris's sister probably not clear either. They probably go all the way down to Katie Mama ain't cleared. But where could this child be? I mean, me and Ruby, have searched an awful lot there. And we, like I said, we don't release everything because sometimes I'm going to tell you, y'all want to hear it? I just say it tonight before we get started. But I have fallen down so many times on that river that if I would release those footage, y'all probably think I was crazy. Those vines, you get tangled up sometimes. And It just happens. I mean, can't help it. It happens. Searching, sometimes things happen, right? I mean, it is what it is. That fire's going. It's just not popping out the top, really. Here it comes. But, what gets me is, put that big one on top. Maybe it'll get that one going. But what gets me is what the sheriff's department is saying versus FBI. FBI, clear, cut and dried. Their flyers, clear, cut and dry. Seen on the 26th near the Stafford Court. Black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, black square frame glasses. $50,000 reward, up to $50,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest of what happened or who took Sebastian Rogers. Okay? We clearly know that means somebody took him. It's kidnapping, basically. Amber Alert, everything adds to kidnapping. Okay? But what transpired to make this kidnapping? Okay, we know it wasn't Sebastian. We know he didn't go out there on his own. He never done it before. He ain't going to do it now. He's too scared. He don't like the dark. He ain't going to go out there with no shoes. It just ain't going to happen. So what we got to look at is, day before, what did they do? BJ's colossal popcorn. A big old colossal popcorn. Okay, it's just popcorn. It's not that big a damn deal. You ain't got to make it no thing. You should have been begging for him instead of talking about popcorn. And those white suits right there, they should have been about 20 of those on in that house with aluminum and everything. That's what should have happened. That's a fuck up. Oh my God, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to say that. Oh my God, I've never said that before. Oh my God, trigger warning times 100 million. I'm so sorry. Oh my Jesus. God, please don't strike me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Lord. Oh my gosh. I try not to never say that word. I don't know why. I'm just so frustrated and mad. And now I'll probably ruin this video. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I said that. I'm in shock right now. But I'll make sure it don't happen again. Oh my goodness, I don't even know if I can say that. Jesus, trigger warning times 200 million. But anyway, what made it happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that house, that bubble, right? Tinkerbell video, flashlight. I talked about another video. When you're packing weight, you're slow, right? Remember we talked about it, and I talked about it. When you're packing weight, you're slow. When you're light, you're fast, right? That's how it works, right? So going out there really slow with the light and coming back quick. That's why I say Tinkerbell, like she was flying home, right? So I name it Tinkerbell. The stinky socks, stinky feet to me is Tinkerbell, and of course the other one is, you don't even want to know what I think, but I just call him Belt Man because that's the name he should have. He needs somebody to take a belt to him. That's what happened, and that is truly heartbreaking. When you know what's sad is it's a felony to strike a child that's with special needs with any object, even a spoon. So why is this son of a gun not locked up? See, I caught myself that time. Why is he not in jail? It don't matter if Sebastian's here to testify or not. We need to put some heat on that. Why is this man not locked up for that? Why is he not locked up for lying in New Mexico to a damn a judge, a courtroom? My God, I'm cleared. Dude, you ain't cleared. You ain't cleared no more than Jeffrey Dahmer. Come on. You are not cleared. And then now there's some rumors going around about, you know what, that their family, Kathy, is related to the Wells, Don Wells. What the heck is up with that? I mean, that's insane. Are we losing our fire? The damn wet wood? I hope not. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, it's coming now, guys. Y'all finna get a good fire. Anyway, related to Don Wells. Okay, so that's my point that I made about 3 weeks ago. Copycat. Remember, I was saying copycat. Like they followed everything they did. But, of course, the Stinky Feet add a little bit more. Because they got caught by Tinkerbell. They got caught by flashlights. Because if Sebastian went out of the house, that would only be one flashlight. How the hell you explain 2? You want to know my new theory on that? I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Let me lean back. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. But I'm going to sit back a little bit on this one. Did she put him out of that house? Okay, you got to remember, what time did they hang up their 3 hour, 2 hour, and whatever minute phone call? Midnight, little before midnight, crystal clear. Crystal damn clear. You got it? Crystal clear. Midnight or a little before. That's what he said. That's what Beltman said. So, to me, if she is supposedly someone seen a little after midnight on a camera, a shadow walking down the road, that there, I guess her thinking is Sebastian. Okay, did she put him out of that house when she called Christopher? Or did the thud really even happen? That's what I'm starting to wonder. Was he out there for a good while wandering around with his little flashlight? And then car pulls up, truck pulls up. I think it was a truck in my opinion, but it might be a car. I don't know. Could be a little white truck. I don't know. Anyway, Chris, 2 of his devices, ding ding. Same time, right around, ding ding. How you explain that? Ding ding. Beltman, explain that. Ding ding. Debunk that shit. Trigger one. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Trigger one. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying, Beltman? I don't understand. They have so much, right? Just make the arrest. Get it done. And then everybody will shut up. But we're not shutting up until something happens and justice is done and this child is found. Because it's about finding him. One thing only. Sebastian Rogers is all that we need to find in this whole thing. Whatever they do, they want to run off to Canada or why, I don't care where they run off to. I really don't care. Because it's about Sebastian. They'll get what's coming to them. Those CPS, all that stuff don't go away. And if he's done it all them times, he'll do it again. But to me, I think New Mexico is going to get him. They are tough, right? I think right now they're probably working up the warrant, most likely. I'm assuming, because you can't lie to your honor, judge. You can't lie like that. That's bad. It might be 2 years, a year, but don't matter. It's something. Get him in there, maybe start talking. And then maybe once you get him for that one, then maybe they'll decide to get him for these, and then you just pile them on top of each other and just keep him in there for the rest of his life. That would be wonderful. He would never be able to beat on kids again. No more beating kids if he's behind bars. And no more eating like a king if he's behind the bars. He'll be eating a little tray of food, and he'll be shedding some of that $1.350. It may be more than that. I don't know. That dude like a roly-poly. But anyway, I apologize for that. But it's just my opinions, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I just, I get frustrated sometimes because I feel like there's so much that they could lock him up for. Just go ahead and lock him up. Get it over with. And then we can work on other things, right? Because I guarantee you, he'll rat everybody out. But he ain't going to be able to rat out why his stuff pinged in that area. And I always felt like he was never there, right? Not at the time. I think he was there. He got there that morning early and got in that crane early so he wouldn't fall asleep in that travel trailer. I've said that from the beginning. And Ellie has never come out and said he was at work. Never. Like they did Seth. He'd never. Never once have they said, Christopher Proudfoot, we have proof that he was in that area. They know that he was there by 6:30 in the morning. Whatever time, 6:35 or whenever, 6:20, 6:15, something like that in the morning. We know he got there early because she called him at 6, right? And he was supposedly in the crane. But we don't. He got one buddy to kind of say something, but what did the main guy tell the FBI or the TBI that went there and investigated and talked to the actual boss and everything and got all the information? What did he tell them? That's what I want to know. And they'll never tell us that, but the pings of his stuff over here now in that area at that time roughly is kind of putting all the puzzle together, right? And we've always thought that they were involved. But how did he get out, right? Did she put him out at midnight right after she hung up on that phone? And then, because, silhouette was seen in the window at 11:30, lights going off and on. Was she going in there to get him because she had given him so much medicine? He was finally out. That was the thud was. He just passed out, fell off the bed, hit the floor. And then she went in there, got him as soon as she hung up with Chris, and got him ready to take him out there whenever Chris got there. Because if you think about it, they hung up a little before midnight. By 3 o'clock, he would have been there. Because remember, JLR drove it. It's not quite 3 hours, I think. So he could have made that. And I believe he did. And that was the whole thing. I'm going to talk to you for 3 hours and make it look like I talked to you till we went to bed. And that's why they stuck on go to bed. Put up the dogs, go to bed, right? I think that's why they made that point so strictly. It's to look like, okay, we went to bed. That was it. She was falling asleep, put the dogs up, go to bed, go to bed. And then make it look like, okay, everybody going to bed. When you know damn good and well they didn't go to bed. Because Tinkerbell was seen at 3 o'clock in the morning, so she wasn't asleep. And maybe that's why they had to take 8 days. Maybe, sometimes people have to, when they stay up like that, their body, so maybe they had to sleep for a few days and hibernate because they've been up for 2 straight days maybe. I don't know. Because if you think about it, that's a perfect timing. Hang up a little before 12, be there by 2:58 a.m. in the morning. That's plenty of time if you're getting on it, right? Driving 80, 82, 83 on the 75 zone or 80 zone driving 85. Oh, yeah, definitely you could be there. I mean, you drive it all the time. You know some shortcuts. You know other things, right? You can get on them back roads and fly, right? You can make it there. But the thing is, he forgot to turn his stuff off. And it pinged on him, which is wonderful. And that's probably going to be the news. I'm wondering if it's going to be either New Mexico that's getting him or they're getting him. And they're going to hold him 48 hours to try to figure it out. I don't know what's coming. Ooh, that fire's getting good, guys. Look at that. This wind is battling tonight, but look how pretty that is. Sebastian Rogers, where are you? I say it all day long. Sebastian Rogers, where are you? God, give us a sign, right? That's what I've been praying for. In all these cases, give us a sign, give us a clue, give us something to help us find this young man. Somebody knows something. And whoever has those camera footages, the neighbors, give them to Ellie, so they can put this together. If you have something that will help, just give it. Don't be scared of anybody, just give it. Or send it to somebody and let them give it. But, I know there's so many cameras in that area. Somebody has to have something better. I mean, yes, they got a good chunk of stuff with the Tinkerbell lights and now the other one. And I know I bounced off a little bit, but because I get frustrated when I start talking about that because it makes me mad because I think in my head, somehow, some way, she got him out there to that car. And that's why she was so slow going out there is because she had to carry him. But did she put him out first and then bring him back through the back? Okay, your punishment's over, come back. So he would be seen on camera at midnight to throw everything off because she knew it was going to happen at 3. Because that's why 333 is all their numbers, right? Because he got there at 3. That was the whole plan. Hang up at midnight, I'll be there at 3, right? That's the plan. Here we go. Plan 2, step 1A, let's get it. I'm going to pull up, I'm going to turn off the lights, you're going to come out, I'm going to get the hell out. That's it. And then I'll go back tomorrow and I'll get my trailer, I'll do what I got to do, and then come back and nobody ever know. I think that's their plan, guys. And it worked. And that's why I've been searching Easy Days. There's some other areas I want to search there that I haven't searched yet. I feel like if that's the case, he's got to be somewhere right there or somewhere within 75 miles. Because it's 17 hours, you got to break that down, right? So somewhere within 75 to 100 miles around that area, either north, south, east, or west, small country road, somewhere off the middle of nowhere. That's my feeling. Because I do feel like, Katie's saying, I don't know why he walked out that door. Because he didn't walk out that door. That's why you stress that. That's why you stressed it over and over again. It's because he didn't. He might have at midnight, but he came back. Or you left him out there for the whole 3 hours. I don't know. Maybe that was part of your plan. Leave him out there till Chris gets there to grab him. I don't know. And maybe it didn't go the way you wanted to, so you had to go out there. But I don't see that. I see she carried him out there. That's why there was no scent trail. And that's why she walked so slow to get out there and ran so fast back. That's my feeling. That's what I think. Whatever happened then to me. And it's truly heartbreaking because this young man did not deserve that. He's a very special young man. Just like all of them. Summer Wells is a very special little angel too. Even the older ones. Nikki McCann, she's a special angel. Suzanne Simpson's a special angel. All of them. Jay Slater was a special young man. He didn't deserve what happened to him either. Harley Morris, he's a special man. He needs to be found too. There's so many guys. Monkey Vaughn, you know. Harmony Montgomery. We can keep the list going on and on, right? Forever. There's so many of them. And we only talk about so few. And that's why I've been trying to talk about all of them. And I think I'm going to start doing like an hour a night and just talk about 10 minutes about each one just to spread the awareness. Put all their faces on a thumbnail and post it, right? Just awareness, awareness, awareness. That's what it's about. Getting it out there so somebody might see and go, I remember, I seen that truck. Or, no, I seen that van over here. And then we know what happened this summer, right? All it takes is that one little click, that one little person, that one little tip. That's all it takes. All it takes. I've worked enough cold cases to know that's all it takes sometimes is that one little clue. And you crack the case. Or you can call it break the case. Whatever you want to call it. But Sebastian and Jake Rogers, he needs everybody's attention. He needs somebody to keep digging long enough to find the clue. Because it's out there somewhere. And I believe Katie and Chris hold the answers. I believe Kathy and them probably played a role. That's what I'm fixing to talk about right now. Because it's either working two ways, right? We know they left 2 days prior to him going missing. We know Chris was gone till that following day. So how did they do it? Did Terry come there? I would like to see what Sellbrite on these cars is going to show but they could have rented a car. They could have done it differently. They might not use their own car. But anyway, they're smart. They're not dumb. But, you know, think about, ooh, that fire looking good now, guys. You think about it. He could have went up there, met him, grabbed him, left. Chris said, okay, I'm going home. You leave first. Gave him a couple hours to get out the way. Then Chris brought the trailer and came home. 17 hours later. And then the boy could be somewhere in Alaska, like I said, in the very beginning of all this. In the very, very beginning. Everybody laughed at me on Dolly Vision. Shout out to you, brother. Peace. Love you. But, you know, it's like everybody laughed at me in the beginning. And then now everybody's thinking, some of y'all are thinking Alaska could play a role in this. And you know, that was my plan this summer because I had talked about it with my kids about maybe taking a week vacation down there and going and shooting a couple videos, you know, and in the Homer area, and then, you know, travel around the way that they possibly could have went, right? All I got to do is track those bus people, so, you know, track the businesses and find them, and I can find out where they were at, and then just maybe ride some of those back roads and stuff, right? See if there's a place they could have pulled over and done something. Because he could be in Alaska, and that's a long way, right? But it's worth it. He's worth it. Every case is worth it. It's just about saving up. That's what I've been doing, is trying to save up enough for the summer to where I can take like 4 weeks off, and I can pop, spend a week here, week here, and it's not cheap, guys. And believe me, as y'all know, I only had like 8 members, so it ain't like I'm making any money off YouTube, right? I just started. I just became monetized, so it's going to take a while, I'm sure, to build it up, but some of that money we can use for different organizations like the dog shelters and the thing. That's my plan. I worked hard all my life. It's not about money on YouTube to me, so I'm still getting used to it all. It's really tough because YouTube is tough, right? Everything is tough when you're not used to this kind of stuff. But you know, I feel like somehow, some way, if we look back at all this, you know, a lot of people say last seen alive. I hate using that word, but last seen alive, February 25th, leaving the roadhouse. Why didn't they say See, we know that he communicated in the car on that dash cam or whatever, which that was all set up anyway, just to show proof of life. They had their plans ahead of time. But somewhere, somehow they messed up, and I think that's why they could be arrested. I think arrests are coming really soon, and I think they're probably going to never talk, and they're never going to tell where this boy is, so we have to continue searching, right? We can't give up the searches. We can't. And, even Dolly talked about organized searches. I sent him an email yesterday, and I sent him an email today about trying to get together and do one, right? And spend maybe 2 days, 3 days. I don't usually like to spend more than 3 days in one area because then it gets a little crazy. Like, I like to get in and get out, right? And bounce around, maybe check for here, check for there. Like, Layla Santinello's and some of them are in that area. And believe me, that case is still in the back of my mind. I try to investigate as much as I can. Shout out to her mom. She's doing a wonderful job. That's such a blessing. That mama is not giving up. She is not giving up. And I don't know, it's got to be heartbreaking when the cops tell you, we know where she is, we know who did it, we just can't tell you yet. That is heartbreaking. And then you go a year and still nothing. Some of this TBI in Tennessee is weird. Like, you don't tell a parent that and then not back it up. So it's all about getting away with things in Tennessee, to me. That's what it's about, because that's what happens. And they remind me of kind of like the Mexico police. No, it's all right. No, it's all right. It's all right. That's what they remind me of, Because along with Layla Santinello, so many in that area are missing, right? And we have searched there once. The mom never reached out and gave me any coordinates or anything. We just did our own one day when we were driving through after searching for Sebastian. I said, you know what? I'm going to check this highway by the motel. And I had 2 dogs with me, but I only showed Ruby on camera. And so I got both dogs, and I put the tracking collars on, and I sent them the way I wanted them to go. And I stood there and watched them, and they ran through, and then I walked through the middle, and we didn't come up with anything. So I know that little area right there, there's nothing there. Now, I don't know about the other 3 areas, but anytime somebody needs help, just reach out by email. All you have to do is send me the coordinates. I'll check it out, right? And I'll let you know by email when I'm going. So remember that, guys. And the same for Sebastian. All you need to do is tell me an area that you think is good, and I'll search it. But, I do have my own maps on this because I've done really good research on Sebastian Rogers' case. And I feel like there's so much more to it, right? Like, you'll see on the thumbnail, because what I really want to get into on this, but I'm starting to learn to save things for the end. And the question that Christopher Proudfoot asked Seth Rogers on the same day Sebastian Rogers went missing. This gives me all the answers I needed. This one thing. You're going to see it on the thumbnail. This one thing that he said tells me right away exactly what happened. I'm sorry, it does. And I'm so glad that Seth put that out there. So glad that Christopher asked him, what are you going to do if it goes south? Okay, this is the first day that he went missing. And you asked that question to the bio father? Shame on you. I'll say it again. Shame on you. When you ask that question, that means he's unalive. What are you going to do? Right? You don't ask that. I'm surprised Seth Rogers didn't snap right there. I would have. I'm sorry, I'd have been in jail. Because I would have snapped right there, and I'd have took a belt, and I would have I would have lost it most likely if somebody would have told me that. A step person. Oh my gosh, that's enough to make anybody mad. No wonder he's mad at them. I'd be mad at him too. Be asked that question on the first day, and then you bail out and go gone for 17 hours to go do whatever you had to do with Sebastian. That's why you asked him that question before you left, because you knew what was fixing to happen, right? That's what I feel. That's to me, that's the meaning of that. Asking that question. That's ridiculous to ask that. That's heartbreaking. It shows that you have no heart. Your heart is just like that coal right there to me. You don't care. And it's sad, because Sebastian doesn't deserve that. He didn't deserve a shitty-ass stepfather. And yeah, I'll say it. I don't care. He is shitty. Anybody going to hit an autistic child with a belt, and no telling what else he hit him with. And they'll tell him what else he did to that child, because we know that he was talking to the counselors and the teachers. Shout out to them for stepping up. And I'm hoping one day they're going to all talk and let everything out, because I know they know so much about Katie and Chris. I guarantee you they know a lot. I guarantee you Sebastian told them a lot. And I hope FBI, I don't care about that. I hope FBI got all that information. I know the FBI interviewed all those teachers. FBI don't play. And that's why their flyer is the way it is. And that's what I think. She hung up that phone at midnight. She stuck him out that front door just to get him out to look like he was out there. She probably went out the back door. It was dark with no light, screamed at him, come on to the back. And he ran around to the back, scared as hell. And then whatever happened. And then Chris picked him up. That's my thoughts, guys. And it all makes sense, because his stuff was pinged in that area around that time. That day, they said. They didn't give a time, but that day meaning the 26th, right? So that means after midnight. So did the Cellbrite follow that truck all the way back to there, or did it stop along the way? They're going to know all that, right? They're going to be able to track that and know if he stopped somewhere. I don't think he would have done that, because I figured he probably knows they would have used Cellbrite. So he probably drove straight to the campsite and then went back and did what he had to do. And that's what took so long. But he could have made it within 75 to 100 miles and still made it in that time frame. So I don't know. We're just going to have to keep searching for this young man until we get the answers, right? That's what we're going to have to do. Poor Sebastian. I feel so bad for that young man. And you know, at first, when I first started my channel, I did little bits, right? As I usually like to have contact with a family member before I really do cases. That's kind of what I like to do before I get too into them. And that's why I asked Seth in the beginning, you know, did he need our help, whatever. And of course, you know, it is what it is. But I understand he has his teams. They have their contracts. They're binded. They're whatever, right? I get it. That's great. I mean, he's been out there at least spreading awareness, at least begging, at least pleading, at least talking about Sebastian and keeping his name in the spotlight and not wanting it to go cold and having all these rallies and having all these things that the other side doesn't show up to. I still can't believe they didn't show up to the Facebook one in the neighborhood like 3 or 4 days after he went missing. They didn't even show up to that one. What does that tell you? Well, I mean, what do they do? Do they just sit inside and eat all day for 8 days? And then finally they're full? And they're like, all right, we can talk now. No, that's not how it went. You started talking because the popo was going to the landfill. You knew all this shit was finna hit the fan, and you were like, oh, hell, we better get in front of it. And you still, the mama still did not answer the question correctly. I mean, she gave 3 negatives. We love you. We want you home. You're not in trouble. That's it. That's all you want to say to your son that's missing. That's it. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. And then you want to take your fancy little drive the next morning for 30 plus minutes. You got out that house quick, didn't you? Right at daybreak. Pew, gone. You didn't search that neighborhood. You didn't go down that street. They've already said, I unspoke to somebody. You did not go down that street. I've clarified that. She went out that neighborhood for a long time. So from 6 a.m., you go to wake him up, he's not there. What are you going to do right then and there as a parent? You're grabbing your phone, you're calling 911. My child is missing. She is not in his bed. Please help. Please find my child. I'll go look outside. Keep you on the phone. I'll go look outside. I'll check around the house. Keep that 911 operator on that phone while you're searching that house. That's what a parent's going to do. While they're bawling and crying and going hysterical, they're going to be, this lady over here on dispatch is going to be keeping them calm. This is how it works. Everybody knows this. They're going to keep her calm. Hey, check the closets, check under the beds. They're going to help guide her through this. And that's why you call 911 in something like this. They're going to help you. That's what they're there for. And you explain, oh my gosh, he's not in his bed. Where could he be? Like, I want to know, was the bed made or unmade? I guarantee you that bed wasn't unmade. I don't feel that it was. And like, they're gonna tell you step by step. Okay, now go outside, check around the front yard, check around the backyard, check in the area he could hide. Right? Go to the neighbors, knock on their door. Have they seen him? Anybody that has cameras, go to that house. Please, can you check your camera? Please, please, please. My son's missing. That's what a parent would have done. She did jack shit. She searched for 30-something minutes by school that's not even a minute away. BS. What the hell did you do that morning? I want to know that answer. What did you do? Where did you go? I wonder what that Cellbrite shows on her damn car. Man, I would love to see that. I would love to see if that was Kathy at that store. It makes sense. It's all planned out. I'm going to be right here on the corner. As soon as y'all call, I'm going to, and I'll be there in like 2 minutes, 1 minute. I feel that. That dude had nothing to lie to say that he saw that car there. There's no reason to lie. He's just trying to help Sebastian. And to say, the sheriff's office said in their thing, there's no sighting on camera of Sebastian Rogers. Then you had the FBI saying he's seen. So what the heck? Look at that mess up. Are the sheriff's office keeping everything that close that they don't want to let that out? I mean, I know they're probably balled everything in the ball, right? And they're not talking about it. And that's great. That's okay. As long as that makes them arrest, that's okay. Now, if they don't, then it's jack squat. Sorry. But something transpired at 3 a.m. That's the answers right there. 3 a.m. is the answers to this. And that's why they're stuck on threes. 3 a.m. is the answer. 3-minute phone call, 3-minute check in the house is three. The threes are stuck in their head from 3 a.m. because they've been planning. It's planted in their head. And that's why she's saying it. And they didn't talk for 8 days, not because they were sitting around bawling and crying for 8 days. They weren't begging for their child for 8 days. They weren't out there looking for him. They weren't out there going to that little thing they did, the circle thing there in the neighborhood, to pray for Sebastian Rogers, spread awareness, spread his name, ask God to please, please keep him safe. And she didn't do that at all. That most people up, please God, I mean, they would be begging. Please, they're not going to be thanking all these people. They ain't done that. They ain't found him. Why are you thanking them? Thank him when they find your son. Yes, show appreciation. Thank you for your hard work, but not treat them like they're, oh my God, they were all the way down the road. They were, oh my Lord, they were down the, like, who cares? Why didn't you use that time to stare at that camera and say, please, 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 somebody, anybody, help me find my son. Help me find Sebastian, please. None of that shit. That's what I'm saying is BS. They'd rather eat a damn turkey leg than look for their son. I hate to say it that way, but it is that way. You can clearly see it. I mean, the motives, the court, that he was going to go down. He was fixing to crash and burn, and everybody knows it. Because JLI was at that courthouse. Everybody knows that he was finna go down. He was going to lose that case because of everything that happened in Hendersonville. And then he was going to be going to court there, testifying. Sebastian would be up there with teachers and everybody else helping him. That's how it was going to work. And he would have lost that. And then he would have been, dun, 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 sorry, I'm in cuffs. I can't do nothing. He'd have been at least probably 10 years in there. So to escape all that, he had to act quickly. Especially if it was the beginning of February, which is what he said he left in the beginning of February. So now I really realize he wasn't leaving for no damn divorce. He was leaving because CPS told him to leave, in my opinion. Remember, allegedly, in my opinion. I'm just a big alleged bubble. Free speech. Y'all's comments alone. We do our research together because we're a big family. Trigger warning time, 200 million on this one. There are a lot of turkey legs flying around in here. So let's keep that close, because what needs to happen is they need to put, I hate to say it, but they need to put Katie, they need to lock her up for neglect, for not searching for a damn child. Something. Find something. Lock her up. Don't give her another child in the summer that can vanish, is all I'm saying. Don't give her another child, period, that can vanish. Because she aborted 2 before she was even 18 years old. So, shows you right there she didn't give a damn about kids. I hate to say it, but it's true. I mean, it came out of Bio Dad's mouth. She aborted 2 before she gave me Sebastian. She didn't care about kids. Never did. Sorry. In my book, she never did. She wouldn't be getting rid of them if she did. She likes to get rid of them, right? That's how I feel. She would rather get rid of Sebastian and stay with Chris. Oh, jolly, jolly, jolly. And eat barbecue and chicken wings every day and just live their life eating. Like it's a feast time. But you know, a lot of people do that when they're depressed or when they're sad or when they've done something wrong and they're trying to get it out of their brain. They just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. It happens. And that's what we're witnessing. I'm sorry, but it's true. I mean, y'all tell me it's not true. And I'll stop. I promise I'll stop. But look at him. I mean, look at him. I mean, it's SeaWorld, brother. Come on. That's part of what's in their head. Messing with them. And now they'll probably start shedding it because now they're scared they're going to get caught. So I'm guarantee you pretty soon, you mark my word, they're going to be gone and ain't nobody going to be able to find them. And believe me, they're going to leave everything behind. All digital technology. Katie's smart. They're going to leave all that behind. They're not going to be tracked. They're going to be living up in the woods somewhere in Canada. And then they'll probably give, who knows telling where. Jamaica or somewhere. Who knows what they'll do. And they'll sit on the beach every day and pray to God they don't get extradited. But it still doesn't find Sebastian. We can talk about them all day long, all night long. We can sit here and talk and have fun and laugh a little and joke a little and be serious at times. And, you know, still all in all, it doesn't bring Sebastian home. And I'm sorry, but that's what breaks my heart. And it just like in all these other cases, Summer, well, all of them. They break your heart because you're like, why can't we find out where this child is? This child did not vanish. I'm sorry. And cops, if you know something, release something. Let us dig more. We have come up with so much. And I know they're taking all our info in. What they think is good, they take it. And I know that, and that's great. The true crime world does help. It helps a lot. Tell me Nancy Grace don't help. Tell me Vinny Paulson don't help. Shout out to all them. Doom, 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 doom. Y'all are the bomb. Y'all are the best. Dolly makes a big difference in this world too. Shout out to Dolly and PJ. We love you guys. You're my brother. You know that. Brother from another mother. But, you know, it's good to talk about it and spread awareness. But sometimes we have to really focus on the point of all of this is not about any of them. It's about him, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And that's truly where my interest is, and Ruby's interest is. And I'm praying that Dolly will team up with me. I think he will. I don't think it'll be a problem. I think we can team up together. We can use our drones together. We can cover a lot of ground together in a few days. And I have some really good areas of interest I want to hit. And it would be nice to have someone like Dolly help me, because he can help me with all the YouTube stuff too, right? And that would be great to get a little tutorial while we search. I can bring an extra dog that either PJ or Dolly can use, and they can track that dog and work with that dog. All I have to do is hand the leash. They'll go with you and do whatever you tell them to do. They're leash trained dogs, so you can take them off the leash, whatever. There's just a couple words you have to say to them, and I'll share that with you if we do it. And they will do everything you want them to do, I promise you. And if we can cover a big mass like 5 to 10 miles square with the amount of people, boom, right? That's a good area. Clear it. Okay, it's cleared. Let's move over here. Okay, it's cleared. Let's move over here, right? I've checked some areas for Silvers on the scene. Shout out to you, brother. You're doing wonderful. I checked some areas for you. I'm sorry we didn't find anything, buddy. And I know I was going to email you. I just haven't had a chance because I've been on for 7 days. So it's really hard. But I did before on my last day off, I did take a little private flight and check 2 of the areas. There's still 1 I got left, but that was good, really good areas to target. Silver's on Scene was correct. That was really good areas to target. And I see now why he targeted those areas. And, you know, not to say we could have missed something. We could have. So it's if you want to search again, great. You can search things 3 or 4 times and still miss things. Look at me then. When we found that black long sleeve used t-shirt and all that stuff and by the Easy Days, I walked right by it. Ruby saw it. Ruby pulled me. Like, I literally walked right by it, like 2-3 feet. You can miss things easily. I know. Believe me, I've missed stuff a lot of times. It happens. And that's why it's good to do this way and then this way. If you do the grid, right, you will pick it up. But you have to be tight on your grid, right? And that's why I use one of the Grumman 2s, like a tracker thing, right? So I can program it what I want, and then I can go and I can check it every now and then to make sure I'm going the way I need to go. Because sometimes you will get off when dog pulls you this way or pulls you this way. So, you know, we just have to keep up the prayers, keep up the faith for Sebastian, Wayne, Jake Rogers, keep up the fight for him. Keep putting heat on him, keep putting pressure on him. You know, the more pressure we put on them, the more chicken wings they eat. So we got to keep putting pressure. And karma is a bitch. Excuse my language. But karma comes, and it sucks. And it's coming, I feel. I felt that way. I think it's coming. Hopefully before my next search is coming. Because once they go in the big house, then searching will be a whole lot easier, right? So, because there are some target areas right around that neighborhood that I want to check. I did discover a few things some little sinkhole things that have like little cave entrances and stuff that are on probably about 4 miles from the house. There's a little target area of about maybe 4 acres that I want to check because it was an easy path to it, right? Just in case, I want to check it. And there's some other areas I want to check. So, like I said, shout out to everyone that's helping with this case. Every YouTube, every true crimer, everybody in the entire world that's helping on this case. Shout out to all y'all. From the bottom of our heart, we love all y'all. You know, this is how things get solved. The more pressure we put, the more we keep going, the more we keep the drive going. That's how things happen, especially in something like this when we know it's shady and we know it's hard to prove it. We have to just keep pounding and keep grounded and keep searching. Keep our paws on the ground. Keep Ruby on the ground every day. Keep it going, right? That's what it takes. So I just wanted to chat with y'all. I know I went way over my 30 minutes and y'all probably won't watch this whole video, but it's cool. I still love y'all guys no matter what. I know it's hard to listen to me talk, especially when the fire's doing what it's doing tonight, but it's all wet and that's part of the problem, like why it's just kind of doing what it's doing, right? Let me get this one up here. I bet we can make a better fire. There we go. See, sometimes all it takes is just moving it a little bit, right? And then putting a pretty good sized big chunk on the top to keep it going, right? So, y'all guys keep Sebastian in your prayers. Keep all of them in your prayers. You know, we don't talk enough about runaways. Y'all know I cover a lot of runaways. We've been really blessed lately with not having any alerts, which is good for me. I know maybe in some other states, like California and stuff, I don't get alerts from there. But I know around Texas, it's like Texas, Louisiana, kind of in a circle, you know, like Arkansas, all that area. I get alerts from all those areas with the programs that I'm joined with, the organizations that I'm set up with, you know, for missing children and runaway children. I get alerts. In the areas I have are within areas that I can reach within like 10 hours, right? That's kind of how I do it. And so that way if I'm needed, then I can just go quick, right? And, you know, 10 hours is not a bad drive. I used to drive 11 and a half hours home when I worked offshore out of Louisiana. It took me 11 and a half hours to get home. And so I'd go out there, go offshore, sometimes 20 days, 15 days, 18 days, you know, and then come back and I'd drive another 11 and a half hours home. But all those areas I like to cover because Louisiana has a lot of crime and a lot of missing cases and unsolved missing cases, a lot of cold cases in Louisiana. So I used to always, when I get off, sometimes I'd stay a few days there and do some searches there, right? And, you know, I was by myself, of course, but I still did some searches just to check areas. But, you know, we got to keep our fight up for Sebastian. We do, guys. I'm not going to get off topic. We do. And just to let y'all know, guys, we love all y'all guys. We appreciate all y'all so much. Shout out to everyone, all the way to New York City, everywhere. And, you know, this is truly a very sad, heartbreaking case when you stop and think about it. If you really just stop and think about Sebastian for a minute and imagine what this child went through, no matter what it is, whether he's still out there and he's stuck somewhere with someone that he really either doesn't know and he is alive, I can't imagine what this child is going through right now. Like, if he's off his meds, there's no telling what he's going through. Poor child. That breaks my heart to think about that. That's why we need to keep searching until we find him. Especially if he's alive. We have to keep pushing. Like Dog Bounty Hunter said, we got to keep the fight, right? Shout out to you, dog. You got to keep the fight. That dude means business. And he's not scared to take somebody down, I promise. He might pepper spray the hell out of him, but he's going to take him down. And when you get older, sometimes you got to use pepper spray because you can't run and grab them like you used to. And so, you know, there's so many people helping and there's still no answers. That's what's getting me. There's so many teams built and so many people digging. I mean, freaking 100,000 people probably are aware of this case. More. Way more, maybe. But I'm saying actually doing things about it and searching and things like that. There's people there that search every day that we don't even know who they are. They're just people that live in that area that feel like, hey, let's go take a walk over here, take a walk over there. I spoke to a few people. They said, yeah, a couple of days a week when we go for our long walks, we take the dogs and we just kind of go to areas that we think could possibly be, and we just kind of go. You know, that's all it takes sometimes is somebody just to stumble on something. And shout out to all of them, right? So with that said, we love Sebastian Rogers. We need to find him. We need to bring him home. It needs to be about Sebastian and not all the drama. So let's put our blinders on to all the drama, and let's keep the focus this way for Sebastian Rogers. Dang, I almost gave an hour tonight, guys. Wow, that's so good. I'm getting better. All right. But anyway, with that said, we'll leave it at that. The Tinkerbell lights hold the key to me. The court was the motive. And I feel like Roly Poly had no choice because he was going down. So in my opinion, that's how I feel. I can't help it. It's just what I think. Something transpired at 3 a.m. and that's the time I feel made them have all the threes. And her laughing at him in that first interview, when she goes and laughs and tries to play it off, like puts the tissue up there, we saw you laugh. And then he bails you out, which is fine. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's there for. Like, to me, it should have been just Katie because she was the only one there. So when you bring him in like that, it makes both of y'all. And I'm going to go back one time before I get off about the morning. What did she do that morning? What was that for? Because she was gone 30 plus minutes. Left around, 6:05, 6:06, I think, something like 6:10. Anyway, so that she had 3 minutes in the house. Then she went outside, talked to the neighbor, did that, got in her car, poof, right? And then, okay, why didn't they call the law right then and there? When she drove out of that house to go look for him at the school, she should have been on the phone with the sheriff's office. They know that you have to go through this dispatch and this dispatch. Okay, so get it done early. 6:03 in the morning should have been 911, not Chris. And then you and Chris chit-chat for 30 minutes if it's 3 minutes after 6 when you called him, like you said. Y'all chatted for 30 minutes exactly, and then y'all call? I mean, come on. Something's wrong there. Sorry. That's wrong. You don't wait that long to call. Anyway, guys, we love y'all. I'm going to get off. I'm tired. I just got off. I know I'm going to be off for 7 days, so I'll be able to do a lot of content. A lot of stuff will be coming out in the next 7 days. I'll be popping videos like Skittles. All right, guys. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. We love y'all, guys. I just want to say thank y'all so much to all of y'all, all the new members, all the new subbers. You know, share the videos if you like them. Hit the thumbs up button every now and then. It does help us grow. It really does. I didn't know that. I'm learning that now, that each video is rated. You get a rating for each video, and it gives you like the 4 categories. And I don't get a lot of thumbs up because I don't ask. But most of mine are at like 4.7%, and I should be at like 8 or 9%. So I'm way below average. So if y'all can help me out every now and then, just hit the like button and maybe share the video. I know there's a couple of y'all that do share a lot. You do. I know Bullhorn Betty played my video. Shout out to you. That was so sweet of you. She plugged me out there. That was so nice. To show my video like that. And, it's when people understand, when people come out and talk about it, sometimes you have to explain it in different ways. I know I explain everything in way different ways than most people because I use the fire chat at night in the dark. That's just me. I like that. It's comfortable. It's relaxing for me. And I can get in my groove and talk. This is hard to do, guys, to talk to the camera. It's very hard. But we do it. We do it because we care. And we care about these cases. We care about these kids. We care about these adults that are missing. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful night, guys. Almost an hour here. I'm probably going to run out of battery. So y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Sorry the fire went down so soon. It shouldn't have, but it did. I'm so sorry for that. Next time, I'll make sure it's bigger. And then we can have a lot better fire. I do apologize. It kind of went. The wind is blowing it so hard, I think it's just burning out. Look at it. It's burning out as quick as I move it. So anyway, y'all guys have a good night. We love y'all guys. We're going to get out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Remember, I'm in my alleged bubble. All my free speech. Not to reflect the channel. Y'all's comments, y'all's alone. Not to reflect the channel. Y'all do y'all's research. I do my research. We do our research together because we're a little big-hearted family. And we love animals, of course. Y'all have a wonderful day. Trigger warning times 200 million in this video. We'll see y'all in the next one, guys. Be safe. Be good. Lock your doors, right? And if you're in the area, do a little searching for Sebastian, please. All right, guys. It will help a lot, believe me. Y'all guys be good. Anybody has any area that want me to search, send it to me because I'm fixing to be in Tennessee. All right, guys. Y'all be good. Be safe. Bye.